Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bruce Scott Show. In this episode we're going to discuss the unfortunate assassination of Donald Trump. Now, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm quite sure, is the typical assassination where somebody shot him or blew him up. No, that's not what happened. What I'm talking about is an electronic, media-driven character assassination of Donald Trump, because that's what we've been witnessing this entire election cycle. I live in Connecticut, which is a deep blue state, and is basically a foregone conclusion that Hillary is going to take Connecticut. Well, let me tell you something. I drive all over this entire state, and all I ever see is Trump signs, Trump bumper stickers, Trump, Trump, Trump. In the past 9 months or 10 months, I swear I think I've seen one Hillary sign. I talk to people about politics all the time. I meet almost nobody that is going for Hillary, and I'm all over the state. If Hillary takes this state, which, like I said, is supposed to be a foregone conclusion, there's something wrong. I'm telling you right now, it has to be fraud, because there's no support for her anywhere in this state. And I've also had information from other people in Florida, California, Ohio, all of them saying the same thing. All they ever see is Trump signs everywhere. There is no support for Hillary Clinton. If she wins this election, I guarantee you, it's corrupt. Another thing about WikiLeaks, in their 10-year history, none of the information that they ever put out has ever been proven to be false. They have a spotless history. So believe me when I tell you, these emails are on point. And now in this last debate, it was supposed to be a little bit more even-handed because it was on Fox. And I thought it might be. And during the beginning part, and even the middle, it seemed pretty fair. He asked Hillary some tough questions. He asked Donald some tough questions, had some good follow-ups. But in the end, he showed his true colors when he asked Donald this question.
I want to ask you about one last question in this topic. You have been warning at rallies recently that this election is rigged and that Hillary Clinton is in the process of trying to steal it from you. Your running mate, Governor Pence, pledged on Sunday that he and you, his words, will absolutely accept the result of this election. Today, your daughter Ivanka said the same thing. I want to ask you here on the stage tonight, do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
No, Donald's not automatically going to accept the outcome of this election. Why should he? I mean, come on, seriously. We have seen so much evidence of cheating and collusion and all kind of shenanigans. He'd be a fool to automatically roll over and just say, yep, I accept this decision, and that's the end of it. Now, unless it's very, very clear cut. But even then, the Democratic Party has been shown as an absolute cheat. And how? Well, first of all, I'd like to point out that the last time Donald took a pledge to do something was with the Republican Party, and he pledged to support whoever the eventual nominee was. Well, much to their surprise, the nominee was him. And what happened to all those other guys that took the same pledge as Donald? Most of them eventually did not honor their pledge. And then, of course, it was on full display for all of us to see how the DNC cheated Bernie Sanders the entire time he was in the primary race with Hillary Clinton, giving him all the money, giving him all the delegates. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, writing the emails, conspiring against Bernie Sanders. So why does he think now they're all of a sudden going to be fair or do things the right way? And then the stupid question comes on the heels of the Veritas tapes, one of which showed Scott Fovel bragging about how they bust people in to commit voter fraud, and they've been doing it for 50 years, he said. And then they have Christina Gupana, another Clinton campaign aide, discussing how, instructing the volunteers to do whatever they can get away with. And so he's not going to be hyper vigilant about potential fraud, and these talking heads for the major networks, the lamestream media, they want to laugh it off as if it's some kind of a joke. Oh, widespread voter fraud, that'd be impossible to pull off. Well, apparently not. So why should he just allow the Hillary Clinton bus to run him over? It makes no sense. And Chris Wallace knew this. That's why he asked him the question. If Trump said, yeah, sure, whatever the outcome is, I'll accept it, that would be giving the Democratic Party and its co-conspirators, the Republicans, carte blanche to fraud him out of this election. He also knew if Trump said no, that exactly what is happening now would happen. The media would vilify him. And this is all that they talk about. They don't talk about Hillary's emails. All they talk about is, oh no, Donald Trump said he won't accept the outcome. Oh no, this has never happened before, with their feigned indignation. It was all a setup. And it's been proven that the media is conspiring to help Hillary Clinton. But we'll get into that. So I don't want to be like those other guys and only focus on this. I do want to talk a little bit about the fact that he won that last debate, and he did win the second debate. But we're going to focus here on the last debate a little bit, some brief highlights, and then we'll move on. And during that third debate, he exposed Hillary Clinton as the baby killer that she is. This woman is in favor of abortion up to and including the 9th month. She claims to be the candidate of women. And additionally, on that train of thought, the candidate of women has taken hundreds of millions of dollars from the Saudi government. And the Saudis, as we know, is one of the biggest countries that support Sharia law. Sharia law, where a woman, if she's raped, may go to jail because she's raped. She can't vote, she can't drive, she has no say. She has to wear those ridiculous masks. I know, they're called a burqa or a hijab. It doesn't matter. But this is the candidate of the women. He exposed her as the fraud that she is. He also exposed her as a globalist. She wants open borders and possibly even hemispheric control. We've all, or most of us, have heard about the New World Order conspiracy. And I've read on it, watched videos, tried to educate myself. I said, this is possible, but it seems a little far-fetched. Well, it doesn't seem that far-fetched anymore. It's playing out right before our eyes. These people are trying to establish some type of New World Order. And he also exposed her camp, or her campaign in general, as the violent agitators that they are. These people hired the mentally ill and the homeless to go in, start trouble at the Trump rallies, and then get it all on film and make it look like it's the Trump supporters' fault. I'm sure most of you have seen these videos by now. This was also part of the, I'm pretty sure, the Project Veritas videos. He called her on that. And then what did she do? She pivoted, and who did she blame?
Russians.
That's right, the Russians. And she made a statement. She said that over 17 intelligence agencies have confirmed that the Russians had something to do, or the Russians had hacked the United States government. Now, that may be true. There are hacks that go on all the time. But she very craftily didn't say the Russians were responsible for these emails. See, she's a trained lawyer, and she knows how to lie and craft her words carefully. In fact, what was said by James Clapper, the one who oversees those 17 agencies, James Clapper said that we believe Russian actors may have had something to do with this. That means there is no concrete evidence as of yet. And of course, this is simply another one of those diversionary tactics. Don't look over here. Don't look at the man behind the curtain over here.
Oh,
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great boss has spoken.
Because when you stop and really look at these emails, it is very obvious that she is a liar, that her and her co-conspirators rigged the primary. Because of the emails, we also know that she knew at the time she deleted those emails that she was obstructing justice. And another thing that came out with the emails was that Barack Obama lied to the American public and the press. He said he did not know she had a private server. This is a lie. The emails prove it. As a matter of fact, he communicated with her on that private server and used a fake name while he was doing it. And the other thing these emails proved was that the media was colluding with Hillary Clinton, giving her the option to editorialize articles that were coming out about her, giving Donna Brazile the answers to debate questions in advance, which she shared with Mrs. Clinton. That's cheating. You know, the media being in collusion with the Clinton camp is probably the most disheartening thing about this whole election cycle. When we go home at night or during the daytime and we want to sit down and we watch the news, what do we expect? We expect to find out what's going on in the world and in our country and in our electoral process. And we expect to find out the truth. But that's just not happening. Do you know that the courts have decided it is not illegal to lie when reporting the news? I know that sounds hard to believe. I couldn't believe it, but look it up. And they have their reasons for it, but it is not illegal to lie when reporting the news. That is a scary concept. Did you know 96% of this country's media contributed to Hillary Clinton's campaign? Only 4% contributed to Donald Trump's campaign. That is a massively lopsided bias. Did you know that the United States media is ranked 33rd in their truth analysis as far as their reporting goes? 33rd in the world. That's why it's important for us to educate ourselves. Never believe the mainstream narrative. Always investigate, educate yourself, watch alternative types of media, hopefully mine. In conclusion, all I can really say is this channel, small channel though it is, we promise to always bring you the truth. And as I said before, not to shoehorn it into any kind of a preset agenda. And if this stuff that's going on with the media in this election cycle doesn't piss you off, there's something wrong.